here we are. You probably won't believe this, but I mentioned to you that March was a great start of the season, but probably April is gonna kick its ass. Because April actually gave a great start. Real estate started to move really quickly, a lot of stuff starts to pop up, and that's actually what we were all waiting for. A lot of you were thinking it's not gonna happen this year, economy shit and everything, but here we are. It's actually flying up. Let's just see what's Real Estate Board of Edmonton is going to say about last month. Activity in April has continued to upward transcend in March, albeit at a slower pace leading up to May. The year's highest level of market activity will occur in the next 2 months, especially now that the Bank of Canada policy interest rate has been held at 2.25 until at least mid-June. So don't confuse, that's not your interest rate for the mortgage, that's for the Bank of Canada, okay? Expect more listings to hit the market, giving buyers lots of choice, and though prices still have room to rise, we're unlikely to see as many multiple offer situations as last year. So this is going to be caused by the fact that in BC and Toronto it's still hard to sell your real estate because there's not really many people who can afford to buy it. Prices are so freaking ridiculous. But nonetheless, we don't live there. We live in Edmonton. It's nice and shiny outside. So let's keep rolling. So let's start with the regular stats. As you're going to see, the average price month over month increased 3.1%, year over year 2.3%. We still see an increase in comparison with last year numbers. All right, as we're going to go to the segments like detached, kind of flat. Semi-detached, basically duplexes, they saw a small decrease, minus 5% month over month, so it brought them to minus 3% year over year. Townhouses increased a little bit, so it's like 2% up. It's not really much. Year over year is still seeing the upward tendency. Apartments last month actually shocked us a little bit. They had 9.1% increase with a 5% right now year over year increase in their average price. Now, let's go to the sweetest part, okay? As we can see, month over month, we're still seeing 13.5% increase in the new listings. So that brought us to plus 8% year over year. That's a good tendency. It just, we build a lot of houses for people that are actually want to come to Alberta, want to come to Edmonton. They just need to find their buyers, right? So we just need to wait a little bit till all those people from other provinces who actually wanted to move here gonna get that step done. Month over month, we're done pretty good in sales, 15%. That's huge because usually, like in any sales job, if you ever work sales job, you aim for like plus 10%, and 15 is always good. But year over year, we still see minus 11%. Beginning of the year was pretty rough, and not just here, not just in real estate, in any sales job. People are worried about their financial situation, economy, all those, like all the stuff in Puerto Vallarta. Like all that matters, that impacts the world's economy. So that's why we're still in negative. In all honesty to you, I don't think they're going to be able to break positive even 1 to 2% sales year over year. But at least we're going to be close, or ideally we're going to go flat. I know that it's not ideal, but it's better than going negative. Going to the inventory. We are right now have 5,000 listings on the MLS, right? That being said, those 5,000 listings that we do have on MLS right now as an inventory, it's only 3.2 months of inventory. So that is pretty stable market. Close to the June, and we may even see seller's market, right? If it's going to drop to like 2.9 or something. But not in all the segments. So let's go to the average days on the market. In general, we're looking pretty decent. Townhouses and apartments, they're like ruining everything, but we're still only 6 days away. So, that's pretty good. Now we're going to go to the benchmark price. And as I told you in the previous video, we are going to see around 410, 412, even more, 414. So by the next time, I would say we're going to be in this 420. So month of May, we're going to be probably right here. Okay. So that being said, benchmark price 530 for the single family, so it's almost 2% month over month. We're almost beat year over year, so I'd say one more good month like that and we're going to be flat. Apartments month over month the same, exactly the same, still minus 8.4 year over year. And townhouses dropped a little bit, minus 6% year over year. As you can see how much we increased from March to April right now. So I would say we're gonna see maybe even a little higher increase in this area. But it's not gonna last for a long time, right? So as we're probably gonna consider like May gonna go here to 420s, maybe June 425-ish, maybe even a little higher. But then July, August, I would say they're gonna be like stable, and then we're gonna see start to drop. As you're gonna see, all the graphs are gonna continue itself, right? So we're gonna that's my personal prediction. Okay, now we're gonna go to the month of inventory. A month of inventory. So detached townhouses are in a balanced market still, but they're super close to being the seller's market because the amount of detached houses and townhouses that were sold is huge, and the less inventory you have, the more buyers are going to want it, and sales are going to go up. For townhouses specifically, a lot of first-time buyers, they prefer to get, either a brand new townhouse with low condo fee or with no condo fee at all. That's what brings that up, right? Because with the new GST law that they can get 5% GST back to them, it means that basically they put the down payment down and they just get it back. So they basically buy a home for free. Not for free, obviously. You still have to put your own money. You need to have that money, but you're going to get it back. So that's pretty huge for people who weren't able to get into that market. Right now they have money to afford it. So duplexes, they are in that mark around 3.8. That is still balanced market, but I would say with a month like we had before, we may actually go to like a little bit of the buyer's favor. But a lot of people prefer to buy townhouses and duplexes because they are cheaper than buying detached single family, right? And that just gives people chance to step into the real estate world. Apartments, we're not gonna even go there. Yeah, they increase in the price, it's great. The average price for them is higher, but they stay on the market the longest. It's the hardest job to sell apartments, and main reason is condo fee. They increase every year, every couple of years, and then at the end of the day, apartment that you bought for $200,000 with a condo fee of $200 a month, in 10 years, you're gonna sell it probably for like $220 with a condo fee of $500. And not really everybody wants to pay $500 to the condo board because just paying for nothing, right? That being said, let's just go and take a look at where were the most sales in each segment. Okay, detached the most were sold between 500,000 to 600,000 plus, so that's pretty nice to see. But we still have quite a bit of sales in that 400 to 500,000. That's a little bit older bungalows, renovated, that were taken care of. But these ones 500 and up, that would be more like new houses. Okay, then we're gonna go to the duplexes. The red segment, as you're gonna see, the most volume was in between 400,000 and 500,000. I would say that would be more like brand new build ones, right? And as you're gonna see on the lower side with the volume, there was like 250 to 375. That mostly were used duplexes that were purchased. Townhouses, biggest volume were between 275 and 375. So I would say that also so for example, we're gonna take $325 to $350,000 range for townhouses. You can buy for that price either brand new, a little bit out of the handy, or you can get something used inside the city. So that's good to see that both of those categories are selling and people actually get in the market, because you don't really want to pay forever to rent, right? And then apartments, we're gonna go to the apartments itself. So then we're going to go to apartments. So the biggest volume was from 200,000 to 300,000. That's fair. I barely see any apartments, like 150, 125, 175. So that would be probably like either for investments or, like small one in not really great neighborhoods or in the rough shape. So if you're relocating to Edmonton and you don't know where to start, don't hesitate to reach out to me. There's going to be my contact information below. And also, you should realize that each neighborhood flies differently, right? So if you need any information about a specific neighborhood that you're interested in, don't hesitate to reach out to me or send me a DM. I'll be happy to assist you on this journey. Or if this is your first time that you're trying to sell your property in Edmonton and you really actually want to see, are you going to make some money? Was it a good investment? Send me a text or give me a call and I'll definitely be able to help you out, and you make your informed decision based on that information. Other than that, that's all for today. Thank you for watching me and for staying with me tuned. I would highly appreciate a like from you and subscription because it helps my channel a lot. Thank you, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.